بدي تصل له وتحكي له إذا بتتزوجها بقتلك أبوك.
بدك يا زلمة.
Yeah, but
to sacrifice my own life for Pakistan.
that's a spread good.
Wake me up when September ends. So dudes, welcome back to the #1 YouTube channel in the entire world. Today we're going to be revisiting a cult classic on the show, 90 Day Fiancé, Yazan and Brittany. Because as it turns out, Brittany recently admitted to lying to 90 Day Fiancé about her and Yazan's relationship. Brittany recently stated on Instagram, "I'm divorced and I'm gonna be real since I'm tired of y'all. Yazan knew I was still married. He just knew his parents would be mad if I was honest about it on the show because he didn't want to wait to be with me." Upside down smiley face. Have a nice day. With this new information surfacing, a lot of 90 Day Fiancé fans are starting to question the legitimacy of their entire segment together.
I am shooketh.
Trust me guys, I take no pleasure in predicting this entire situation when I stated in my previous videos that they're only going on the show for clout, they're family friends, and it's fake as but guys, I take no pleasure in that. You know, I don't want to be right. I believe in true love and I'm an empath and I feel everyone's feelings. And true love is out there and you just gotta search and find it. I'm just kidding. So do I believe they went on the show for clout? Yes. Are they family friends? Was it premeditated? Probably. For those unfamiliar with Brittany and Yazan, let me show you a brief summary of this couple so you're all caught up. So Brittany's a 26-year-old girl that lives in Florida with braces and she's aspiring to be a rapper, but right now she's kind of like a call girl. I know what you guys are thinking, a call girl from Florida, real original. And then Yazan is a 24-year-old Muslim dude from Jordan. In short, Yazan's family is a group of toxic religious zealots and his fiance is only using him in the show to get famous, so that is not a tight combo. Yazan is not an innocent bystander because he's actually added to a lot of the problems, such as telling Brittany that he's open to changing and he wants to get away from his toxic family and friends, and he sends proof of these messages. Here are the messages that he sends to Brittany before she actually comes to Jordan. Here's a text thread that Brittany posted and then deleted after she posted it. So Yazan said, "I told my aunt about you and your picture. She said me you're beautiful." And then Brittany responds, "That's so sweet. Tell her thank you for me." Brittany goes on to say, "Do you think your family will like us together? For us to be married, will they be happy?" And then Yazan replies, "Yeah, but I do not care about their opinion. What I care about is me, to be happy. But in general, I did not see any label rejected by one. By the way, everyone is pleased with us." Brittany goes on to say, "I like to watch people sometimes at a cafe like you, or watch dogs play in the park. I also like to go on adventures when I'm up to it. I like doing things that make me feel like a child again. I like the rush I feel when I'm doing something exciting. And Sunday, I like to pray." Yeah, dude, Sunday prayers are sick. Yazan goes on to say, "I can manage all my things myself. I do not need anyone. Maybe." Thinking faces. "That's why I want to live with you and you alone. I want to start a new life with you. New dreams, new plan, everything is new. I want to forget all the details of my old life. And I know you will not be like the people there in my life. Right now, I am sure you will be helping me." Huh, that's really weird, telling a girl you have an open mind and you don't like your current situation, you don't like the people here in my current life. I want to forget my old life and run away with you, Brittany, and be free. And then the minute she comes here, you restrict her, you make her conform to your culture, your beliefs, your way of life. You don't respect her culture, her beliefs, her way of life. So from Brittany's perspective, she feels catfished because Yazan expressed an openness and a desire to actually leave his toxic family's culture and come with her to America. And I need to make this clear, when I say toxic culture within his family, I'm talking about Yazan's family. I'm not talking about any group that they belong to. I'm talking about this guy's family. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I feel like I need to reiterate that Yazan's family does not represent every family in Jordan, just like the Brady Bunch doesn't represent every family in America. And I think it's really important we make that distinction because whenever religion and culture get thrown into the mix, you can get a lot of toxic comments about that, and you just have to remember that this family represents themselves. They don't represent an entire group of people. The Yourwetsock community is a diverse group. We got Yourwetsocks all around the world. So in the comment section, I ask that we have open discussions about this topic and these kind of topics. I don't want any toxic comments, so just, you know, refrain.
There must be war. God wills it.
In our last video covering this topic, we talked about the fact that Yazan's father said some very disturbing things about his son, and I'm paraphrasing here. "If I see Yazan, I'll kill him myself," and that's just something very disturbing that no father should say to his son. Yo, what's that? Oh, yo, this is Chief. Chief said that honor killings are still not the move. In a recent video by TLC, Yazan admits to being homeless as a result from being in a relationship with Brittany. So he was actually kicked out of his family home because he was in a relationship with a girl.
Are you serious? This is torture.
I just... Whoa, dude. Anyway, guys, let's look at that moment and see what his side of the story is, and then we'll see Brittany's side of the story after. This scene opens up with Yazan sitting down with his friend Mohammed and talking to him about his current living situation.
والله الحمد لله وضعي تمام الحمد لله.
شوفي
من بعد ما طلعت بريتني قعدت انا والوالد قعدنا وصار يحكي معي بخصوص بريتني بيقول لي انه يعني ما مش موافق على الجيزه كلها ما بدوش اياها.
Yazan tells his friend Mohammed that Yazan's father sat him down and said, I don't want you to marry Brittany. I don't approve of this entire marriage. Yazan goes on to say that one of his uncles sent pictures of Brittany on social media that she posted. These pictures that were shown weren't full nudity. They were just bikini shots of Brittany showing off her assets. You guys get it? Asset. Yeah, I'm hilarious. As for public opinion regarding Brittany showing off her body and her assets on Instagram, I've seen very split opinions. I do want to say though, for Yazan's case, Brittany hasn't changed much, right? Like, she's been Brittany from the get-go. She's been trying to aspire to be a rapper, an IG model, date old dudes for money in Florida for like the longest time. So Yazan knows all this before that. So of course he would know that his parents with more traditional ideas regarding social media and showing your body, he would know that that was going to be an issue. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with Brittany showing off her assets on Instagram. I mean, what's the difference between guys wearing shorts and showing their bodies? So dudes are allowed to show up in swim trunks, but girls can't take pictures of themselves in bikinis. That's what we call a double standard. Something I've said in past videos is Yazan is the kind of guy that sees a wild horse and wants to tame the horse, and that's really what he's doing with Brittany. He sees this girl that's free in America, and he wants her to just change to his family's ideas and principles. And I, as well as most people that are rational thinkers, think that in a relationship, especially a healthy one, you should take from both cultures. You shouldn't just conform somebody to your culture if that's not what they want. You know what I mean? Yazan goes on to say that his father told him that Brittany's only playing with him and she's not serious. She doesn't really want to marry him.
ابوي قال لي بدك البنت ما تشتغل روح اتجوزها لا تشتغل معي بس الحرب بضلك طالع طرني من البيت طرني من الشغل.
Yikers, Yazan's father actually fired him and kicked him out of the house because of his relationship with Brittany. That's... wow. If what Yazan says is true, his parents are absolute garbage. I can't imagine being a father and kicking my son out because he's with somebody that I don't approve of. Yikes, low-key financial domination vibes. You know, if your kid is dating someone you don't approve of, you kick your kid out on the streets. That's no way to parent at all. I wish Brittany was worth Yazan's sacrifice, but I don't feel like she is. I've been seeing her Instagram stories, and it seems like they're not together at all. She's constantly going out and partying and doing her own thing, pursuing music. She's pursuing music, but she can't actually rap, so I feel like she's just pursuing being famous. Like, I feel like she wants to be like Cardi B, but she can't rap like Cardi B. Or wants to be a Nicki Minaj, but can't rap and doesn't have bars like Nicki. If what Yazan says is true, I'm actually really proud of him for standing up for himself and his beliefs and being with who he wants to be with, because I've been giving him a lot of shit in past videos that he listens to everything his parents say and he just is going to go through his entire life just listening to his family and staying within his family's culture and not associating with anybody else from a different culture. And I feel like that really was what his parents want for him. I feel like it's very restrictive to want your kids to only be allowed to talk to who you want your kids to talk to. That's very up, and I think that to hold someone's job and livelihood over someone's head is messed up, especially when that person is your son. Like, for the father and mother, you two should be ashamed of yourselves. You're terrible parents. Yazan goes on to say that, I spent the first day at my uncle's. After that, I had to stay on the street for 2 days. Then I rented an apartment and looked for work. I don't talk to anyone. I spend the time alone. I swear, Mohammed, this has been the most difficult, truly the most difficult time I've been through. On my last video covering this topic, I had a really good conversation with a couple subscribers that are actually from Jordan, and they said that the job market in Jordan is very hard, especially for young men, people around Yazan's age. My subscribers from Jordan told me that even guys with an engineering degree have a really hard time getting jobs and usually rely on their family to give them jobs or their community to give them jobs. Now, even with this being the case, I do strongly believe that gaining independence from your family is the best thing you can do to start a family with somebody. Like, I don't feel like someone's family should dictate who your partner is or have a say into your life with the person you're starting a family with. So I'm insanely proud of Yazan for even doing this because I didn't think he had it in him. I really thought he was going to listen to his family his entire life and just go through life doing everything, and his every action and decision would be what his family dictates for him. I firmly believe that. So by him doing this, he actually proved me wrong, and right now I'm eating my words. So I'm happy to see it though, man. So I'm proud for Yazan, but here's the problem with it. Brittany is not the girl that it's worth. She is not worth this. She is using you and the show for clout. And it sucks to see somebody that has been listening to his parents his entire life and hasn't strayed from his family and what they want for him and the future that they want for him, to sacrifice that for a girl that's unworthy and doesn't share the same feelings. Brittany's every action has been to take her career to the next level. Even though she's not a good rapper, being on the show and getting instant fame, getting instant verification, and getting hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, it does help you. So in my opinion, Brittany accomplished what she wanted to accomplish, but at what expense? And the answer is at the expense of Yazan's relationship with his family and possibly his entire life. Now let's look at that magical moment when Brittany talks about her ultimatum with Yazan.
When I went there, we were supposed to be getting our own apartment, but we ended up just like renting a couple apartments just to feel them out. He was supposed to take care of like paying for those, and then I ended up having to do it because he wanted to save his money and wanted me to be like responsible for everything, which I feel like isn't fair. He does that all the time to me.
So right away, Brittany says that she ended up paying for the apartment during her stay in Jordan when Yazan communicated that he would be the one paying for it. We don't know if this is true or not, but if what she says is true, it is pretty crummy to communicate that you'd be paying for something and then someone shows up and they actually end up paying. I can see why she'd feel resentment for that. The two things most couples fight about, children and money.
I'm really like trying to encourage him to stand up on his own 2 feet and be his own man. Like, there's a way you can respect your family, but also be yourself and live your own life. He told me, like, you know, that he moved out from his parents' house and it caused a big disagreement between them and that they don't really talk anymore.
I find it really strange that Brittany's so indifferent at the fact that Yazan moved out of his family house and he's trying to gain independence financially from his parents. That was what they fought about the most. That was the main disagreement with their segment, was Yazan's family and Brittany. They would constantly fight, and she would fight with Yazan because she felt like he was a puppet of his family. That's a huge red flag. You don't believe Yazan, you don't believe that he moved out, there's no trust in your relationship. I find that very strange. Comment below and let me know what you guys think about that.
But I just want to know, like, if it's real. If it's real, I'm really proud of him for doing all that.
So let me show you all the amenities for channel members. First, we got for all channel members custom badges and emojis handcrafted digitally in the United States of America. It's no secret that right now times are tough for Americans, but you know who doesn't take jobs away from Americans? The patriotic Yourwetsock. Cause I'm proud to be an American! Still not impressed? Okay, that's fine. Let's talk about live streams. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about live Q&As with your boy, preferably over cocktails. These live Q&As are going to happen all the time, and it's going to be good vibes. I'm going to crack open a beer and answer all of your wildest questions, but no butt stuff, all right? Because I have a reputation to uphold as a good Texas Christian, okay? You will gain access to never before seen videos. Example of these videos include categories such as vlogs, documentaries, mood bombs, whatever I feel like making in that moment. Wait a second, exclusive content. Are we starting to vibe? That's a good perk. What are we thinking about that? Thank you so much for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I really love making videos for you guys, and this helps me so much.
He told me he's okay with not getting married quickly. He would be patient. He doesn't care about me like converting. That's like more of for his parents type of thing. Yeah. And then like he called me and he was like, oh no, when you come here we have to get married and you have to convert. And I'm just like, so you haven't really cut the umbilical cord from your parents yet, like you say you have.
Okay, so a couple things here. First of all, Brittany's been lying about the fact that she still was married to Yazan and his family, so that's a big red flag right away that you were dishonest the entire time while in Jordan. Brittany says that Yazan's okay with us not rushing into a marriage. Aren't you guys on the show 9 Day Fiance? Guys, are we watching the wrong show? I feel like quick marriages are a theme of the show. So I just don't know why that's such a big deal, you know? Maybe it's because you're still married legally. But I feel like you should figure that out before you go on the show, maybe?
He told me he's okay with not getting married quickly.
Yazan's finally okay with me not getting married right away? Well, isn't that the whole point of the show? I feel like that's the whole premise of the show, is you get married in 90 days. It's not that hard to figure out. I feel like maybe there should be a background check, and people that are already married and not planning on being married should not be on the show. We want to see weddings, dog! It's on site! Brittany goes on to say that Yazan is constantly flip-flopping on his expectations of her. So Brittany goes on to say, I fell in love with Yazan because he's so different and he betrayed himself to be a feminist, but that's not what he's given me. He betrayed himself to be a feminist. Really? You know what, Brittany? You had me up until this point. Actually, you didn't have me because I have a brain. But dude, you're lying, okay? There's no way this guy portrayed himself to be a feminist. Like, come on, dog. Yeah, I just feel like Brittany's lied about her intentions for this relationship since day one, so maybe you shouldn't give Yazan an ultimatum. Maybe you should tell him the truth before you give him an ultimatum. Just thinking out loud here. Every time Brittany's done talking, she smiles with her braces, and she has this smirk, and it reminds me of that girl from Finding Nemo. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Lay everything out on the table, and he's gonna have to make a choice. He thinks he's gonna give me an ultimatum on getting married and being a Muslim when I get there, but I'm gonna give his ass the ultimatum.
Brittany has a lot of demanding energy she's throwing out right now, especially in terms of, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna give his ass an ultimatum. I'm gonna tell him what to do. You think you can listen to your parents? No. You're gonna listen to me from now on. Yazan already communicated to Brittany that he's trying to gain financial independence from his family, so I feel like if she actually cared about Yazan, she would respect that and be so happy about that and do whatever she can to support him and try to support him at least. And the way she's talking about it, she's just feeding in the drama. She's trying to make this storyline more dramatic. And I feel like it's just not real. It's not real to me. Like, it doesn't feel to me that she actually cares about this dude. I think this dude is putting way more out on the line than she is. And I feel like to her, it's just a game, using this dude for clout, using the show for clout. And it's just plainly, it's obvious. I would sacrifice my life for Pakistan! Okay, let's look at that magical moment when Brittany confronts Yazan and tells him her demands.
I told Yazan that he needed to show me that he's an independent man and get a place for him and I, and he needs to make enough money to send me a plane ticket.
Yazan just got fired from his job, but Brittany's gonna ask him for proof of funds to send a plane ticket over for her to fly to Jordan and get a place for both of them to live. Hey Brittany, Yazan isn't one of those old guys you were dating for money. He is a guy that is trying to work on his life and trying to work out the relationship between him and his family, and he's actually making an effort for that, but you're holding him to an impossible standard, my dude.
Conveniently, it's bought me the time I need because it's taking him some time to get all of that together, and my court date for my final divorce hearing is next week.
Yo, Brittany, sick logic. So you're gonna throw out all these demands for this dude. Meanwhile, you're already married. You're legally married in the United States, and adultery is a big problem everywhere in the world, but especially in the Middle East. And if you're from Jordan, let me know in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure you can go to jail for adultery in Jordan. Let me know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. You know what? We got time. Let's look this up right now. I want to make sure that's facts. Holy shit, guys. So it says on Google that in Jordan, adultery is punishable by up to 3 years in prison. That's f***ing insane, okay? Let me know, comment below about the intricacies of that if anyone knows about that. But if it's punishable by up to 3 years in prison, Brittany doesn't realize the kind of situation she's putting Yazan in without his knowledge. Or even if he does know, it's a very dangerous game to be playing.
Hi.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm working a lot because I must to have money.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned earlier, Yazan lost his job working with his father, so he got a job as a taxi driver and also cutting hair as a barber. Through these income sources, Yazan managed to save some money in order to buy Brittany a plane ticket to come see him in Jordan.
Finally starting to see him come around and becoming his own man. This is all I wanted for him.
Okay, Brittany's response is pretty loaded. Like, I get that you want him to gain financial independence from his family, but just to see somebody struggling, especially if they're your partner, see them struggling financially. He's working 2 jobs right now, trying to get the money to fly you over and support you guys together. I feel like there should be more, I don't know, sincerity in her voice. Like, I'm just not getting that. Let me know what you guys think about this. I just feel like there should be some kind of understanding, and even if you want him to gain financial independence from his family, you should still want your dude to have a relationship with his parents and relationship with his family. I think Yazan is just trading one tyrant in his life in the form of his parents for another tyrant in his life in the form of Brittany, because she seems like a very self-serving person, and to just have that kind of pressure on your guy and see them struggling and not being like, hey, if there's anything I can do to help out, we can split it. I can pay for my own ticket. I know you're struggling now to make money, so maybe I'll buy my own plane ticket and I can come help you and we can build a life together in Jordan, or we can go somewhere else. Like, why don't we go somewhere in Europe? and get away and we can start a new life together? Why don't we apply for visas together to live somewhere else? There's none of that there. You know, I feel like there's got to be compromise in a relationship, and I feel like right now it's very one-sided. He's compromised a lot just by even standing up to his parents and standing up to his family and everything that he's known since birth and his way of life. He's stood up for this girl, and he's trying to make a difference in his life to be with this girl, but it's not reciprocated.
Well, I got the money you sent me, so I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah, I am so excited, baby, for that. But now I must work the driver. I'm driver the taxi, and I'm working a lot, something like 4 hours.
So you'll have to like work other jobs.
Wow, that's a very selfish response. So you have to work another job. He just said he's working 14-hour days and he's doing what he can to make it on his own, and you're basically saying that that's not good enough. So let's put ourselves in Yazan's mindset right now. So you get in a fight with your family, you kind of alienate your family and friends. Not only that, but your father's your employer. You start getting other jobs that you don't love, but you're working the hours because you want to create a life with you and the girl of your dreams. Next thing you know, the girl of your dreams says, well, then you'll have to find another job because you have to make time for me. I just feel like, dude, I would lose my mind. I would start yelling at her right then and there. I'd be pissed because you're doing everything for this person, but it's not good enough.
Look, babe, I said that like a lot time before you. Brittany, I am not millionaire if you're thinking that.
Just because I'm asking you to be a responsible adult doesn't mean I'm asking you to be a millionaire.
Just because I'm asking you to be a responsible adult doesn't mean I'm asking you to be a millionaire. Hey, how about this, Brittany? How about you make the money and you can support this guy? How about that? Why is it so one-sided? Why is it, oh, I'm just asking you to be a responsible adult? What do you mean you're asking him to be a responsible adult? So this guy actually sacrificed his family and his income for you, and he's still not good enough? Why is he not good enough? Because he's not a millionaire? He communicates that to you. He said, you knew what you got into. I'm not a millionaire. He made that clear since day one, but it's not good enough for you, Brittany. Well, here's the thing. If you want to be with some rich dude in Dubai, why did you pick Yazan? Why did you humiliate him and pick this guy and make him feel like he's not good enough in front of millions of people? Why'd you pick him? Why don't you go try to like attract some sheikh in Dubai? Maybe because you're not good enough to attract a sheikh in Dubai. Maybe that. Maybe your bars are f***ing trash and the sheikhs in Dubai don't like your bars. And the way she said what she said with a smile on her face, I feel like Brittany thinks this is all a game. You know, this is all just chasing clout. This is a game. This isn't a game, dude. This is this dude's life. So like, pop off, sis. You're getting clout and you're getting fame, but you're also making this guy's life hell. So Yazan hangs up on Brittany because he's really upset about what she said to him. And she says, what the fuck? This is why we're having the issues we're having. So Brittany says that she's not asking Yazan for a lot. She's just asking that he provides stability, a roof over her head. She's not asking him for expensive bags or cars or anything like that. That she's used to asking from older dudes with money. So she feels like it's not a big deal. He should be able to provide that stuff. The issue is that he actually doesn't have stability in his life right now. He's working 2 jobs and he's doing the best he can to buy a ticket for you. All in all, I think this relationship was doomed to fail from the beginning because I feel like both people are too different, and Brittany came into this for the wrong reason. She wants to be famous. That's why she went on the show. For Yazan, I'm happy that he's trying to gain financial independence from his family, but I feel like the girl he's trying to sacrifice his relationship with his parents for is not worth it. I wish it was, but I don't think it's worth it. So I think for Yazan, the best thing you can do is try to gain financial independence. There's nothing wrong with that, but you should still talk to your family. You should still have a relationship with your family because they're your parents, and I do think that they love you even though they're not willing to like change their ways. All in all, I give this couple a 0 out of 10 stars because I haven't seen them be romantic with each other at any part in the show. I'll take it one step further. I think the only attraction that they have is purely physical to each other. And physical attraction, as we know, fades. It's not really anything of substance, so I don't think this couple would ever last. As always, Wet Socks, let me know your thoughts about this couple in the comments below. Comment below, subscribe. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.